I am the president of the Overseas Press Club of America, and this building is our headquarters, the gathering place of the top foreign correspondents of our time who cover every corner of the globe in their search to bring the truth to you. From their personal files, we tell the stories behind the headlines. What you're about to see really happened, and the people portrayed really lived. Here's a story from John R. Wilhelm while on a European assignment for the Chicago Sun.
Italy in 1944. As the American Fifth Army fought its way through Italy, the retreating Germans adopted desperate delaying tactics. In their vain attempts to check the relentless Allied advance, suicide squads of fanatical Nazi paratroopers were dropped on American airstrips behind the lines.
Look out, there's a hidey under that chute. Okay, buddy, I got you covered. Well, what do you know? It's only a kid.
They're sure dropping him young now these days, aren't they?
Oh! Hey, take it easy.
Ouch, give me a hand.
Come on, small fry. You're a prisoner of war. A Kriegsgefangener. Get it? Come on, get this thing off, you know. Here we go. Take it. Oh, this guy is little, but he sure is lethal.
The two airmen brought their pint-sized prisoner back to the farmhouse that served as operational headquarters for the 364th Fighter Group of the 8th Air Force.
He was more trouble than a barrel full of monkeys, Captain.
I see. Come over here, son. You understand English? What's your name? Now, look, you must answer my question. I've got to record you as a prisoner of war so we can send you home to your folks when the war's over. Come on now, it's for your own good. I've got to have a name.
General Eisenhower.
Now, cut that out. I want a name.
President Roosevelt.
Have you any idea what happens to kids like you that get fresh with an officer? Now, I'm warning you, son. Oh! Come here!
What's going on here?
We're interrogating a prisoner, sir.
Is this your prisoner?
Yes, Colonel. He's not being very cooperative.
I see. All right, I'll take care of this. Come in here, son. I said come in here, son.
If you want any help,
You
sir?
don't have to tell me how to handle kids. I got 4 of my own. Now get this place straightened up.
That kid's done more damage in here in 5 minutes than the enemy have done in 5 months.
Yeah, I guess Hitler must be getting pretty short of men to put him in the front line at that age.
Well, if he's got any more like that, we might as well dig in and send for reinforcements.
Get someone who can handle that little hoodlum.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Who have we got, Corporal?
Sergeant Lanahan's
Now
your man.
get Sergeant Lanahan.
Get Sergeant Lanahan.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Lanahan was kind to animals and good to his mother, so they said. But no one had ever accused him of coddling airmen. They got 3 helpings a day from him. Discipline, discipline, and discipline. He was fair, but he was rugged.
You're not here for my pleasure, boy, and believe me, I'm not here for yours. McDonald, take that smirk off your face,
Hey,
boy.
Sarge! Colonel wants you on the double. And good luck.
Okay. Take a break, fellas. I'll be back.
Sergeant,
Yes, sir.
there's a 10-year-old Nazi hooligan in there. Go get him, take him away, and straighten him out.
Yes, Colonel. Okay, sir. Quiet.
Stop it! Let me down!
Come on.
Let me go! No!
Good boy.
Corporal, drop everything. Come on in here and help me straighten up my office.
Yes, sir.
Now, do we understand each other? The first thing to do is to get off that uniform. Say, that looks bad. Does it hurt?
Not much.
What you'll need is a clean dressing. How did it happen?
The Nazis did it. but I tried to escape from them.
The Nazis? Aren't you one of them?
I hate the Nazis. I'm a Pole.
Well, what do you know? What's your name?
Kalisk?
First name?
Johnny.
My name's Joe. Hi. Where'd you come from, kid?
Warsaw?
How about your father?
I never had one.
Your mother?
She was killed by a bomb.
Oh. Hold on tight. This may hurt. It's quite a wound. Any brothers or sisters? Any relations?
No, sir.
Where'd you hang out?
In the ruins. Except when they put me in an orphanage. But I ran away from that. Then the Nazis found me and took me away with them to Africa.
How about a candy bar, huh? Catch.
Thanks. Joe?
What happened then? Sit.
I was orderly to a general. He made me shine his boots. So he could see his face in them. But I'll shine yours for you, Joe.
Oh, no, you won't, boy. This is an American outfit. We don't treat kids like that. Go on.
So I ran away from them and went to the Luftwaffe so I could jump with them and escape.
Well, all you want is some rest, a shower, and a good square meal. You'll be okay.
Well, you certainly seem to have gotten some cooperation.
He's a good boy, sir. He's had a pretty rough time.
Yeah, I think we ought to send him to the Red Cross.
If you please, sir,
Yeah, what is it?
Wally's an orphan. I'd like to adopt him.
You, Lanahan? Adopt him?
We never had a kid, my wife and I. We've always wanted one, though. And if we did have one, we'd like a tough little brat like this.
Well, I don't know what the laws are, Sergeant, but I'd say it'd be pretty difficult right now to adopt a Nazi prisoner of war.
I'd like you to know, sir, he is not a Nazi. He's just an ordinary, tough little son of a gun.
So Johnny joined the American Air Force. And when their tour of duty in Italy and France had ended, he flew back with them to a base in England. By this time, thanks to Joe's devoted discipline, Johnny was a model sergeant. And for the first time in his life, proud of being a law-abiding citizen.
Attention! Sergeant Kaddish, one step forward. Approach!
Sergeant, since you've been with us, you've set a fine example to the other men. Your conduct has been excellent.
Thank you, Colonel.
When you joined us, you were wounded. And in view of this, it is now my privilege to decorate you with the Purple Heart. Sergeant Kalish, dismiss.
But then, in September 1945, something happened that threw a monkey wrench into the peaceful relations between Johnny Kalish and the American Air Force. Sergeant Lanahan was transferred to the States for his discharge.
At ease, Corporal. Well, I've spoken to the embassy, Sergeant. They promised to rush through these adoption papers as soon as possible, but unfortunately, they've got to be sent to Washington. And you know, that's going to take time.
How long do you think it'll take, sir?
Well, I don't think you could expect to get them through in under 2 months.
But I fly Thursday. I promised my wife I'd take him with me.
You'll just have to leave them behind.
Don't know how he's going to take that.
Well, don't worry, Sergeant. Corporal Bernowski here will keep an eye on him till he can join you in Chicago. Won't you, Corporal?
Sure.
Would you do that, Ed?
Sure I will, Joe. Like a father.
Thanks.
Okay.
But why can't I go back to America with you?
Because you ain't got no papers, that's why.
I've been to other countries. Germany, Africa, Italy, France, Germany. I never had no papers. Why do I have to have papers to go to America?
Because you have to have papers to get into America with, that's why.
What sort of papers?
Government papers from Washington, D.C.
Have you got papers?
Sure, I got lots of papers.
Can't I have some of yours?
You gotta have papers of your own or they won't let you in. And papers are hard to get.
Why?
Because the guy that makes out the papers is busy, that's why. Now listen, Johnny. You gotta be a good boy and do as I say. Keep out of trouble, and I'll send back for you. I'll even go to the president, but I'll send back for you.
Sergeant Lanahan's departure for America shook Johnny's little world to its foundations. Overnight, the model sergeant turned into the intractable rebel.
I can't do a thing with him, Colonel. He hasn't been out of trouble one day since Sergeant Lanahan left.
What's all this, Johnny? You heard what Corporal Bronowski said? Well, why are you behaving like this?
I want to go to America.
So do we all, but this is the Air Force and we're under orders. You'll get to America as soon as it can be arranged.
I want to go now.
Where's your discipline, man? If you don't behave yourself, you won't get to America at all.
Come on, Buster.
Sergeant Lanahan lost no time in starting the wheels turning when he got back to Chicago. I was working in the Chicago Sun's London bureau at the time, covering international politics. And I'd got a cable from my editor for a feature story on Johnny and orders to ship him to Chicago at the paper's expense.
Tell me, what sort of a kid is he? Well, he's two sorts of kids. As long as Joe was around, Johnny was as good as gold. But the moment he went, he was dynamite.
Any idea where he's got to?
Oh, States, I guess. I'd hate to be the guy that gets in his way. Yeah, he left this letter here for me. Dear Eddie, I like you very much, but I don't want to stay here without Joe. So I am discharging myself, the Air Force, and going to America to join him. Oh, then some Polish stuff that means, God bless you, your loving friend, Johnny.
But at that moment, in a merchant ship, 15 miles out of Liverpool, a steward was bringing the captain his midday snack.
Thank you, Evans. Evans, what's the idea of the empty plate? I ordered sandwiches.
Yes, sir.
Well, what are they?
I don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I cut them for you, sir. I put them on the plate, sir, but...
They're vanished, I suppose. Have you been drinking, Evans?
No, sir.
No? You sure? Then get some sandwiches!
Captain
Evans, what?
Stowaway, sir.
Come on down off there once. Come on. Now then, what the deuce do you think you're doing up there?
I'm going to America.
Not on my ship, you're not, young man. Hold him, eh?
Hey, now, here, turn it in.
Mr. McIntyre?
Yes, sir?
We're going about. Make a signal to the pilot boat. We've a passenger to put aboard. I'll come up on the bridge right away.
Aye, sir.
I'd seen the flash on the agency tapes. Ship turns round to land 10-year-old stowaway in U.S. sergeant's uniform. So I grabbed the first train to Liverpool. Johnny's trail wasn't hard to pick up. He'd been handed over in custody to a British Army barracks and lodged by them in a children's home, but had escaped from there in 17 minutes. Picked up by the police, he'd been claimed by Corporal Bronowski in a jeep from the airbase. I found him in the American Red Cross Club.
I didn't let him out of my sight for a minute. He's out of the jeep in the way every time we stop at a traffic light. Unless I hog tie him, I'll never get him back to the base. That kid sure is wildfire.
Look, I've got authority from my paper, the Chicago Sun, to try and get him fixed up with a passport. Would you mind very much if I took him back to London with me?
Mind? Oh, it'll be a pleasure, Mr. Wilhelm. Of course, you'll have to sign for him.
Okay, I'll sign for him.
Oh, the base will sure be grateful to you.
I think he's the cutest.
I am.
Listen, I'm taking him back to London with me, and the corporal here thinks I might run into some trouble. He seems to like you. Do you think you could possibly come along, too, and give me a helping hand? My paper will pay your expenses.
I'd be glad to come, but I'll have to get permission.
Sure. You shouldn't have very much trouble. Well, shall we go break the news to him? Hi, Johnny.
Hi.
Johnny, tell me, would you like to come to London with us while we try and help get you to America?
Why do we have to go to London, mister?
Well, we have to go there to get your papers.
Are you coming?
No, not me, Johnny.
Are you coming then, miss?
Yes, I think so, Johnny.
Okay, mister, I'll come. But I ain't stopping there long, see?
I didn't realize, even then, exactly what I'd taken on. By the time we reached London, Johnny had touched off a one-boy riot by locking a dozen indignant British citizens in their first-class carriages. The doors had to be lifted off their hinges on arrival to release them. By this time, the story of Johnny was driving international politics off the front pages in Chicago, and our rival papers were after his story. So, we hid him out in my hotel apartment. But Johnny just didn't understand paperwork. He believed in direct action.
What is wrong with Washington, D.C., mister?
Oh, they're okay, Johnny. They just take a little while, that's all.
Why don't they answer our letters?
Don't worry. They'll get around to it, son.
We wrote to them 3 weeks ago, and we haven't heard yet. Then we write to them 2 weeks ago, and we have no answer yet. Then we go to the Embassy America, and still nothing.
You've just got to be patient, Johnny.
Why?
Look, I've got to get this stuff down on the wire. Oh, don't let anyone up while I'm gone.
Okay.
Ah, hiya, Johnny. You got him in there?
Got who and where?
Oh, you know, the kid. Come on, cooperate, will you? I just heard you talking to him.
Look, do me a favor, will you? Let a guy have a private life of his own. See ya.
And thank you a heck of a lot.
I'm sorry, Mr. William's just gone.
I beg your pardon, lady.
I want Washington, D.C.
Johnny. Johnny, put that down. Johnny, who are we going to ask for in Washington?
The president?
You can't call up the president just like that.
Joe can, he told me so.
Look, Johnny, the president's an awful busy man.
Too busy to see Joe?
No, but well, he has lots of things to attend to. You just got to give him time.
How long?
I don't know, Johnny. You do trust us, don't you? Look, we're doing everything we can to help you. All of us. Honest.
Miss?
Yes, Johnny?
Is God too busy to help me get to America, too?
No, Johnny. No, of course he isn't.
Yeah, it's rough on him, but what more can we do?
That's the trouble. We can do so little. He doesn't belong with us. Knows that and feels it. He's too polite to tell us so. Johnny belongs with Joe. To him, it's as simple as that.
Joe's at the other end of 4,000 miles of red tape. I tell you, Thelma, if there isn't a break in this thing, if those papers didn't come through, I'd feel like taking a running jump at the White House myself.
Oh, don't talk about it. I better get going.
Right. I'll see you back to your hotel.
Do you think you ought to go and leave him, John?
Oh, it's all right. I'll only be gone 10 minutes. Come on, let's go. Johnny!
Johnny!
Johnny, open the door!
Johnny, please, please open the door!
Johnny, let me in! Johnny, don't be a fool! Come back! Johnny's campaign luck held. A store canopy broke his fall.
No bones broken, and as far as I can see, nothing more serious than a few bruises. But there may be a touch of concussion. He seems apathetic.
No, it's not his head, Doctor.
What do you mean?
It's his heart. Excuse me.
Special delivery, Mr. Wilhelm.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, son.
Thank you, sir.
It's from the embassy. This is all he needs, Doctor.
What is it?
A passport to happiness. So Johnny got his heart's desire. He went to America. And Joe was waiting on the dockside. Johnny! Joe!
Hi, Joe!
Come on, boy! But that wasn't the end of it. Not for me, anyway. Hello. Oh, no. What? You missed him when he arrived? Well, what happened? Didn't you get my cable? Well, how do you like that? Okay, okay. Now look. With Johnny, nothing could ever go smoothly. Not even a story. Our rival paper in Chicago, smarting because we kept Johnny undercover in England, had muscled in on our feature and flown Joe down to meet him in their private plane. They'd hijacked the two of them back to Chicago for an exclusive homecoming. Yes, what is it now?
Airmail package for you, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Mister,
Yes?
couldn't you help me to get to America, sir?
Now look, sonny boy. You get out! Dear John, you're a good guy. I'd like to jump with you from high up sometime. I'm sending you a present. You're Johnny. It was Johnny's Purple Heart. I guess we all earned that one. I know I did.